ready to go?
Yep. Yep.
All right. Okay. So, the last time we played, you guys decided you were going to try to rescue Honolulu's friend Emmerich sooner rather than later. You did a little bit of research relating to the trials of people who were found to be working with the Myriad. You came up with uh, a name and location of people who were executed who you think might be a good place, because Honolulu thought that the description of the place Aurelia saw in vision looked like it might be in Blumenthal. And there was a married couple of rich people from Blumenthal who were tried and executed after being found to be involved in the attempted Myriad grab for power in. So, with that information, you left Rexentrum with your buddy Ida, took some supplies in case you had to stay overnight, and you headed to the Aldersfeld Mansion, which is right outside of Blumenthal. By the time you got there, it was pretty late at night. It was dark out. You decided to do a little bit of reconnaissance. So Adakora, after was made invisible by his sister, climbed over the wall around the house, did some scouting, saw a bunch of people guarding the outside, picked the lock on the back door, snuck into the house, and found a staircase down into a basement looking area, the big locked door and a guard in front of it. I think this candidate for the place where Emma might be. There seems to be at least a few other people inside the house, but you didn't investigate super thoroughly. And yeah, you went out and reported what you had found to your friends. You guys talked about it for a while, and then you decided you were going to rest for the night, switch up some spells, and try again tomorrow. Break Emmerich. So I think you had just taken your long rest when we stopped last time. Oh, and you also contacted Torkel before you went to sleep to make sure he knew you guys were still okay. I think that's about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's an uneventful night. You just kind of camp along the road towards Blumenthal. This part of the Empire is very, very safe. There are like no dangerous animals, no bandits, no nothing. This is like the safest road in the whole Empire, the road between Blumenthal and Rex. So yeah, you probably keep watch, but nothing happens at night. You all get a full rest. And you wake up in the morning. It's cold.
I wake up and immediately do some stretches because it's cold. I don't have spells to prepare, so there's only so much I can do.
Yeah, Ida probably has a similar morning routine to you. It's a little more rigorous, though.
Probably. I believe that.
I will steal Adakora's blanket then.
Okay.
Like, are you trying to steal it sneakily, or are you
No,
just
I'm just
taking?
taking it.
You're just
Just
taking.
while
You're
when
stretching.
you get
What
up
the
and
fuck are you
start
gonna do with the
stretching,
blanket?
steals your blanket.
Yeah. And then you like can't interrupt me about it because I'm praying now. I'm not to be disturbed for my important seance with Ayun.
Seance.
Yeah.
All right. So, what are you guys going to do today? Just kind of wait until the ideal time to break Eric out?
I think that was kind of our plan.
Talk more
We're
about.
not very smart.
We could talk more about what exactly we're planning to do, and maybe some backup strategy. Our plan
Just
C
fucking kill
through Z.
everything.
How long does your silence spell last?
We're gonna ideally cast 2, so one that goes in when we're going into the place, and then another one that reaches the guy so we can like kick his ass and kill him in silence, which I can't really do, but you guys can. 10 minutes.
Okay, that should be long enough to kill someone.
Yeah. And I will
Okay.
do it low enough into the ground that the people upstairs can't be alerted.
Yes. What if we get there and there's immediately more security than we saw yesterday?
Maybe you should scout again. I don't know. That would be pretty wild, though.
Well, I'm just saying, anything goes wrong, is it just, well, now we're killing everybody and we're
Yes.
leaving?
No.
Well, maybe we should, like, wait another day and see if it goes back down. I'm sure Emmerich would love us for that.
You can just camp out here for a week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe there's a certain day of the week where, like, there's 3 less people.
We just have less staff today.
Yeah.
Said last staff. It was the Sunday. Sent everybody home.
Yeah, I don't have the, like, fake death spell right now, so, you know, that, whatever fucking plan we had with that, I don't think.
Oh, yeah. I think we gave that one up. I was the only one who was really into that idea.
Look, if the circumstances are right, I'm all for fucking faking my death and, like, getting out of here, but these aren't the circumstances that we're looking for.
Don't worry. Someday you'll be able to fake your death for a mission. I'm sure we'll get there.
Yeah. It'll be good, because I'll just be asleep and you guys will do all the work for me. Except I don't think I can I feign death on myself? That seems like
I don't know. Can you?
a lack of consciousness
Have to read
for
the
me.
spell.
Yeah. Where is it? Ayun, tell me about pretend to be dead. Where is it? What's it called? Death.
Flaming death? Isn't that what it's called?
Yes, that one. This one. It's not concentration, so I could die for like an hour.
Mhm. So it just ends after an
so
hour.
if you're a willing creature, you can just do, do it
Yeah.
for yourself.
I should do that more often, actually. Torkel calls me. I'm like, sorry, I'm fucking dead. I don't know if he'd like that though.
Okay, I made you
Okay.
guys a little map.
Thank you.
So the top is like the gate through the wall, and then there's that main door. And then on the back of the building, or on the bottom, lines are supposed to be staircases.
Right.
The bigger one is upstairs, which I don't think you went up to the second floor.
No, I stayed on the first floor, other than looking down the stairs a little bit.
Okay, yeah, and then the smaller staircase goes down to the basement.
Mm-hmm. So if this goes really wrong, are we thinking fight to the death or every man for himself? Someone has to say it.
I think we fucking book it out of here, says Ida.
Yeah, I think it's Emmerich's
Right?
life for our survival.
I mean, ideally we get this guy out, but it's not like this isn't a suicide mission.
Yeah.
Well, it's not supposed to be. My dad's wedding wasn't supposed to be a suicide mission either.
How like tall is the first floor?
How? I don't know. Like 10 feet ceilings? Is that like a normal height? I don't know. They're just like kind of normal, large, nice building ceilings. Nothing crazy.
Okay.
I'll say 10 feet high. That sounds like a okay
So then,
height.
in theory, would the next floor be like 15 feet if you account for like beams and floorboards and stuff, or still 10 up?
I don't know. I don't know how thick a floor is. I mean, anything much higher than 10 feet would maybe get up to the, like if you,
Okay.
because it's what, a 20-foot radius on your spell?
Yeah.
Yeah, you would probably have to push it down into the ground like that. Yeah, probably 5 feet to make sure nobody upstairs got it.
Okay. I am cutting circles out of post-its.
Okay.
That's a good idea, actually. You all just track separately. The reason I bring this up is that our last encounter, someone went down and they tried to drag away the body. And I don't know how we feel if someone goes down tonight. And if we can't get them up, what do we do?
I mean, ideally, we don't get captured by the myriad. I think if someone goes down, we try to bring them out with us,
Okay.
even if they die. I mean, Torkel can, if any of us die, I think Torkel could maybe bring us back. If Ophelia can.
I think I can bring one person back.
Okay. And we all have potions.
We also have more people this time.
True.
And so do they.
So true. So fucking true.
Atticora solemnly swears not to unbalance the combat for 24 hours.
Can't have you up here. Okay.
And Adakora, you remember I think you just kind of looked down the stairs into the basement, but it was like there was another little hallway. It was maybe like 10 feet back from the bottom of the stairs, or probably to one side. Say, yeah, like 10 feet to the left of the stairs was the door
Okay.
that had the guy in front of it. And it wasn't like a whole basement floor. It was just kind of this hallway and this one door to a room.
Am I looking at the right place on the map? It's the stairs in the bottom right corner
Yep.
that would lead down.
Yes.
Okay, but there was only that one, like it was a dead end. There weren't.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, down the basement stairs, one door, one guy in front of it. That was it.
Gotcha. Yes.
But I
that
know.
Except what I remember and what I wrote down and drew.
Okay, good.
For a minute, I thought you were saying there's another hallway behind the door. I was like, oh, that's something I didn't write down.
No, but the door isn't right at the bottom of the stairs. There's like
Yeah.
a little bit of hallway and then the door.
Right.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
This was my little doodle with the perspectives way off. Something like that. There's stairs.
Sorry. Juliana is making soup and she wanted me to taste it. Okay. That's close. I'm going to make you a tiny little map.
So as I'm understanding it, the plan is no one gets left behind except maybe Emmerich.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, that sounds mean, but also I've never met Emmerich, so.
Yeah. I mean, if we can get him out, we will. Like, if we can grab him, he comes with us. But if we don't get to him, and we are like all dying, we should probably just leave.
I mean, if he used to be a thief, then if we rescue him and get him a healing potion, that might be a fifth person to help us fight our way out if we have to.
Oh, very true. Well, we all have healing potions, so
Very
whoever
true.
gets to Emmerich first, if he's in bad shape, help him out.
That's another question. Are we all going in under cover of silence at once?
Well, let me think. How many guards are we going to have to sneak past, assuming that the schedule is like yesterday's?
Well, yesterday, there was no guard at the back door. There was a guard going around the perimeter. So if we approach from the back wall, don't attract that guard's attention as we get over. If they still don't have a guard at the back door, there was no one in the hallway, just at the bottom of the stairs.
Okay. It's not terrible then.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
I think, as weird as it sounds, it makes the most sense for all of us to go in at the same time. Because if, ideally, we don't attract any of the guards going through the back door, then we get down to the basement and everybody just hits that one lone guard as hard as we can.
Yeah, that might be the best thing.
If we're hoping not to
Although-
have to fight on multiple fronts, then there's not really a lot of point to leaving people outside
Hmm.
unless we wanted someone keeping watch. I don't know.
I mean, if the silence spells overlap, someone could. Oh, sorry. Someone could wait by the back door and keep watch and still be in them, right? In
Well,
the
like-
silence area.
There's only one silence that can be up at a time.
Oh, okay. Is it concentration?
Yeah,
I see.
I think. Let me double check. Pretty sure. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I mean, if you want a lookout, I can wait by the back door while you guys go in. I am very fast and relatively quiet.
I think we need people who are like really good at stabbing and punching
That's true. I
Yeah.
am
to
good
like
at that.
murder someone. I mean, knock them unconscious or murder. I don't really care.
All right, fair enough.
But I like, are the hallways, they're kind of narrow, aren't they? Like, we probably can't all get down to kill the guy.
That's true.
I think,
Plus,
based
some of
on
you
my
have
memory
ranged
and
things.
also these maps,
Yeah.
each square 5 feet
Yeah.
across? Okay, then based on my memory, I would know that we'd basically be going down single file.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so I will share that. Does that mean if we're like lined up that the person in the back can't get a clear shot? Let me see.
It would depend on, because if Ida goes in all the way, then you could probably, the rest of you could probably all get a shot. Because someone can stand at the, in like the stair square and lean out and get a shot. That's fine.
I think it makes sense for like it to be one melee person, then the 2 ranged people, then another melee
Mhm.
person, just in case people come attacking us through the back.
Okay.
But like if Ophelia was in the back, she could like peer around the corner from the stairs and cast a spell. She wouldn't, that would be fine,
Right.
I think.
Right. Okay.
But if it's like, if the one person is on the like top square of this 3 tall high hallway, I assume that's where he was like guarding in the,
Yep.
in the basement. If,
Oh yeah, yeah, that's where he is.
yeah, so if like Adakora and then Ida were there, would Ida even be able to attack him?
No, Ida would have to be in the front to attack.
So that's, yeah,
I
that's
think-
also why I think it should be 1 melee to attack the guy, then 2 ranged who can reach him.
That makes
Okay.
sense. I think Ida should be first.
Yeah, probably.
And then once he's dead, I'll have to get in and unlock the door, I assume.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, I can't do that.
And you could try. Might take a little longer.
Yeah.
Will be of the essence.
Is this
And
are
then
the
that'll
2
keep
stairs-
Ophelia's spell a little bit safer if nobody comes from the back anyway.
Yeah. Are the 2 stairs like overlapping on this map thing? Like between the
Which is-
basement and the first floor?
Yes. Yeah, that's the
Okay.
same square. Yeah, the basement like goes a little farther out than the house. Don't worry
Okay.
about it.
They just had extra basement space.
Yeah, it's just an underground room, basically. I don't know.
Okay. So then. So true.
And then I-
And this like kind of room in the middle that's like on its own, that's not connected to any of the other rooms. That's the one where you heard some people talking last.
Okay, the one to the left of the upstairs
Yes.
staircase? Okay. So if that's their conference room, then we're not overlapping with that anyway. Good.
Mhm. And then those kind of smaller rooms near the bottom those are like one of those is the bedroom that you looked into,
Right.
that you
So
saw
I'm,
someone
I'm
sleeping
kind of
in.
assuming that that whole line of windows from the outside is just rooms or bedrooms.
Mm-hmm.
Bedroom. Yeah. Hopefully nobody in them is awake. The time of doing this.
Right, yeah.
No one was doing their guitar practice on their bed.
At 10 p.m., yeah.
Dope. Assuming we get through all of that and nobody has noticed we're there. We'll still have to make sure we can get back out unseen. So if Ophelia is still at the back, you'll want to keep an eye out for that patrolling guard. I guess the plan is get the hell out of Dodge. So you all know how to run. There's nothing extra I can think of.
Well, you'll have to get back over the wall. But you said
Yeah.
there was when you climbed over from the inside, there were like things you could climb on, right? Like a box or something.
I believe that. I didn't write it down, but
I think yeah. I think I said there was like some could use.
yeah, because I'm bad at climbing. I'm bad at strength checks. Let's be specific.
All right. So there were 3 guards last night. There were 3 guards outside of the wall. One of them was walking around the perimeter.
Mm-hmm.
There were 3 guards inside the wall. One of them was at the door. 2 were just in the yard.
Mm-hmm.
There was at least 1 guard in the house, and at least 4 other people who were not on guard duty.
Yeah, sounds about right.
I can do it.
Right. How many times can you cast silence in a day?
Depends how many times you want me to cast other things.
If you didn't cast anything else, how many times could you cast silence?
Let me check how many times I can pray with God.
Yeah, when does Ayun cut you off?
Yeah. And then can I only do that one once? Where is it? Channel Divinity, give me spells. Okay, I can do it 2 times. Okay. And then I have to long rest, I think. I don't get that back. That's bullshit. Okay. So then
Yeah,
I can
that-
do it. If everything else is a short rest, I think getting my spells back should be a short rest. But I see the flaws in that logic.
Nope.
Okay, 1,
Yeah.
2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8. 8 times.
8 times.
Mm-hmm. But then I couldn't like heal, and I couldn't revive, and I couldn't tell Torgal that
God.
I miss him, and I couldn't tell. And I couldn't. Let's see what else. I couldn't cast enhance ability on anyone or blind anyone, which I dearly love to do. But
All right, I get the point.
we should only need 4, right? No, 3. If we kill, because we just need the 1 to enter and then the 1 to kill the guard. Then we just need 1 to exit.
What about getting over the wall?
Oh, okay, we could.
Do you want to use one for that?
I mean, I guess.
If we climb over in the back of the house.
That's true. It would be good to have a silence there, I think. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 5. That's asking a lot of me, but I can do it. If everybody else like does the rest. Oh wait, I can do it.
It
I
would be
have
4, wouldn't it? 1, 2. I guess it would be.
it would be 5, but I also have
Well,
the
hold on.
Pearl of Power.
If you've got the bigger radius circle, this is out of character because Atacora is not looking at your circles.
Yeah.
Can't you get the wall and the door? If you've got more outside.
But the thing is, if I move it down, then on the top floor there is less. It won't overlap. I guess it doesn't really matter. But then also if I move it down, then the guard will be able to scream and make noise.
I'm talking about the one that's currently a smaller circle
Uh-huh.
where I'm looking.
Oh, well, which
Is
one?
it smaller because you've got it?
That one.
Why?
The, in the one where I have the 2 sizes, the
Yeah.
smaller circle is still on the first floor.
Right.
So I could move that down a little bit, but it won't overlap with the circle on the first floor if I move it down.
Why is the other one bigger?
Because once you move down 10 feet, because I lowered the circle by 10 feet, the radius 10 feet down is the actual size of the spell. So the smaller circle is the diameter of the spell when it's lowered by 10 feet.
Okay.
So that we don't
If it wasn't
interfere
lowered,
with the top floor.
if it wasn't lowered, but it was more of it was outside, so that it was covering the wall, would that be a problem. I guess we don't know. Is the problem that we don't know what's on the level above?
Yeah, because we don't want to, like, because people will know when they're silenced, I'm pretty sure, right?
Right. If there's anyone
Only
on
if
the
they're awake.
yeah,
Yeah. But
which we
I
don't.
could,
Because, I mean, we could be catching people in these other rooms. We don't know.
yeah,
I'm fairly certain we'll
Seems-
be catching people in the other rooms.
that's not
Um,
larger.
Right.
So we could get that one square over the wall.
Okay. It's a risk in a different way.
Yeah.
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 So I guess it's
And the other thing is, like, if you're certain that these ones that we've already put down will catch someone and they will be alerted, then, like, why not just go, like, fucking gung-ho and just make it as big as possible?
I'm fairly certain there's someone in those rooms because I opened a window and someone was sleeping. Unless they don't have enough people for all of them to be full, which is great. But I think we should assume that there are people sleeping in those rooms.
Okay, if they're sleeping, then that's fine.
Right.
We just have
Well,
to.
the question is, do you want to risk having fewer spells because you're casting more to cover us in silence going over the wall? Or do you want to cast it fewer times and risk maybe getting someone on the
okay,
second floor too?
Here's the thing. If the guards patrol outside of the wall is less than 10 minutes around, I can
It was
cast it as a ritual
taking
spell,
him-
and that will mean that I will only technically waste my resources 4 times.
Okay. It was
Yes.
taking. It might be a
Silence is
different
a
guard
thing.
doing it.
Yeah, it can be a ritual.
Right. Yeah, I don't remember what I said for how long the.
I do.
Okay, good.
It was taking him about 15 minutes to circle, but it might be
Okay.
a different guard. It wasn't like he wasn't like on a beat, you know. It's like
Yeah, he was just kind of
it's
walking
about
around and
how
like
long it takes, you know, an
looking.
adult
Yeah.
person to circle this estate.
But I think in the interest of safety, like, I think I don't necessarily need all of those spell slots anyway. It might be easier just to do it fast.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, we're not intending to get hurt.
Yeah. And Intimidating has, like, all of the damage spells anyway. I have shit for fucking. I can, what can I do? I can cast Bane, and that does not interfere with any of my silences, so.
Oh, that's good.
I think Bane's concentration.
It is, it's also verbal, so if we were fighting, I would just drop it anyway.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Because all my spells are,
Yeah.
fucking verbal.
Oh, yeah, you would. That's the other thing, too, is your damage spells can't be cast within silence if they're verbal. So,
Yeah.
True. Let's see.
but you have the cannon, so
idea is
that's
that we-
probably
I do.
fine.
Yeah, the idea is that we have 3 people doing damage at least.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
we
Ophelia's not going to be
got
much
one
good
guard to
damage
take
unless.
out. Hopefully.
So maybe I should stay in the back just in case if I do see someone, I can, like, Bane and, like, blind the shit out of them.
Yeah. Because if you need to fight, we're fucked anyway. So.
Yeah, and I think you should try to avoid dropping silence if you possibly can.
Yeah. So it would be like Ida, Adakora, and then Antimony? And then me?
I mean,
I think that's best.
Yeah.
most of my weapons are like pretty ranged, so I think more distance is I don't know about most of Antimonie's spells, I guess.
Well, I guess most of my spells are verbal, so I would just be using the cannon most likely.
Okay.
Although that's actually a bonus action for most of my stuff. I guess I could just bring a crossbow or something.
Oh,
Yeah,
boy.
you have a crossbow, I think.
Yeah. So I can just, on my action, do a crossbow or something.
I can also try to stun the guy.
Hmm.
Yeah.
I always forget how far I have to be with the short bow before, like, I'm getting disadvantaged because I'm too close.
You just can't be in melee with an enemy.
Okay. Okay.
I
Then.
think if you're next to one of your friends, I think it's fine because they're not like trying to interfere.
Okay.
Also,
So if you're like right
So it doesn't
behind
matter if I'm
Ida,
10
it's
feet away
fine.
or 15. Those
Yeah.
are going to be.
Yeah, doesn't
Okay.
matter.
Okay.
also like
Then yeah, it can be Ida,
Okay.
me, Antimony.
so I can also, when we want to go in, my sticks are also a ritual. So Ayun can tell us if it's a good idea or not to go at that specific time.
Well, if Ayun says
Oh,
it's a bad idea, do we wait 15 minutes and ask Ayun again? Let's see.
Well, Ayun gets kind of stingy after like the first time.
He's gonna be like, fucking stop.
There's a chance we get a random result after the first time.
We got a lot of daylight to burn. If you want to do your sticks now,
No,
and
it's
ask
only
Ayun.
within the next 30 minutes. So unless you want to go in the next 30 minutes.
Well, you could throw your sticks down and we could play pickup sticks. That would pass the time. So
Ophelia
nobody likes
probably is
that
just like
idea.
so
Okay,
disgusted.
anybody bring cards? I've got rocks. We could play poker with rocks.
I think you guys took some cards from Sahar.
That might be true.
I think somebody still has those.
Yeah, I guess we could play something.
Do you guys? Is it worth going into town for any information? Because nobody knows me there.
Nobody knows you. That's true.
Yeah, like if you need me to ask around about anything, I can do it.
That's a good point that I hadn't thought of.
But
And
now that we found the house, I'm not sure we actually need any information from town. So
Well, we don't have. Could it hurt if we pull this off and Myriad agents go into town tomorrow and they're like, yeah, there was this Cobalt Soul Monk asking around that we'd never seen before. Is that then a danger to you?
yeah, like depends on if you're like wearing blue or not.
I mean, I don't have to look like a Kobold Soul Monk.
I also think it's like the chances of you asking a guard on their like off shift a suspicious question might be too high to risk.
All right. Oh, you mean like one of the Myriad guys?
Yeah.
That's true. I guess they could be hanging around town when they're not on duty. You're right.
Yeah. You could just like go in and like walk around. You don't necessarily have to
That's
ask
true.
questions.
I could just do a little
A little
snooping.
lurking. Yeah.
I like snooping.
Just like don't die or get stuck or anywhere or, you know, get kidnapped or
I
whatever.
think I can manage it.
Also, don't they know your face? Didn't someone see you?
Who?
Like the yesterday or a few days ago when like that one guy like we went into the house and then you ran away with Hannah
Oh,
Laura. Didn't he see like us? All?
probably. I mean, yeah, I walked past him. No, I meant nobody in Blumenthal knows me.
Oh.
They know you, though.
Oh yeah.
Or at least enough people in that town know you that you could run into somebody, right? I thought that was
That's
why
true.
you weren't going and asking around.
Yeah. I mean, if you go into town and what's his name? Horst. And Horst is there, that's a problem.
Oh, sure.
But yeah.
I don't know. Doubt he. I don't know. Well,
I mean, I guess he could have gotten here if he left before we did. All right, I won't go in. I'll just hang around with you three.
don't sound so like excited. You can go in if you want. I didn't.
Nah, it's fine. We just have to think of something to do for the next 8 hours.
It's a shame we can't go into town. There's a couple of kids who were really enamored with Antimony, as I recall.
Really?
Didn't you promise to teach them a spell or something?
Yeah.
You did teach them a spell, I think.
Yeah, I did.
Or one of them, anyway. The one who was interested in learning a spell. I think the other one was just like hanging around because you were interesting. Was it? Oh, it was Frida and Hermina. I think were the kids.
Well, I do not have written down that I have Sahar's cards.
We should just have them anyway. Maybe Ophelia will draw or something. I don't know.
When we get back to the city, we really have to plan something with Aurelia that isn't asking her for help and using her for her spells.
You do. She seems like a very nice person, even though she works for the Cerberus Assembly.
Yeah.
I mean, okay, out of like the current friends that we have, like Hannah Laura and stuff, It seems like she's only coming to us when she wants something, so I don't see what the problem is. I mean,
Well,
like, you know, the
technically,
severity of the
she
situation
comes to
aside.
me. Technically, Hanalura has come to me, and I've come to you. So you could hang out with anyone at any time.
Didn't you, Ophelia? You just met her at the wedding, right? You hadn't met her before then.
Yeah. So Adakor is like the worst one out of all of us in terms of asking people to do shit and not repaying them for their, I don't know, goodwill.
Who have I not repaid?
Me.
Yeah. What?
You.
Yeah, I've done things for you and you haven't repaid me, so.
I buy you lunch all the time.
That's not enough. I demand dinner too.
Well, we can have a celebratory "we're still alive" dinner when we get back.
It better be pretty fucking fancy. Do you know any fancy places in Rexentrum?
You like fancy places?
Occasionally a girl likes going to fancy shit to eat the good food and not the like shitty, I mean, like the really comforting breakfast foods.
Ophelia, I don't think you've ever been to a fancy restaurant.
That's why I just fucking asked him if he knew a fancy restaurant in Rexentrum.
You know you have to dress up to go to fancy restaurants, or else people
I
stare at
dressed
you.
up to the wedding, didn't I? Yeah, I did. I dressed up in fucking Elf Town too, so
Okay. There's a middle ground between wedding attire and everyday Cobalt Soul robes.
I wasn't the one getting wedded. That was like nice evening gear. That wasn't that's fancy enough for a fancy dinner. If you think
think
what
you-
I wore
That's
wasn't fancy,
that's
was too
overshooting.
fancy, then just take me to a fancier fucking place. Also, I bought you those arrows, and
You did buy me those arrows, and
I
I
think that's
used
deserving.
them to save your life.
Yeah, well, that doesn't matter.
Probably.
What matters is that I bought you those fancy arrows, and you used them, and they were good. So
Something else you should know is that the fancier a restaurant you go to, the smaller the portions of food are.
That is true, says Ida.
then open your wallet so we can have more of the portions. How much could it be? Like 10 gold?
Mm.
I think if we do this, you will have to order your own dishes. I'll pay for them, but you have to order them.
That wasn't part of the fucking deal.
Well, it is now, because I think it's funny.
You'd probably think it was even funnier if I didn't fucking know how to pronounce them.
Maybe.
The fucking horse dorse.
Examine. You've lived here long enough. Although your accent is a little bit weird, says Ida. You do have a Menagerie Coast accent still. Where do you speak Zemnian?
That's true. It's not weird, it's like charming. I don't know.
I mean, it's a little charming.
Oh, wow.
It's not as
Really?
bad as Adakora's accent.
That's true.
I've got plenty of time to work on my accent.
You're gonna need it.
When you get like kidnapped today, you better like hone that accent right now.
Mm.
If we all get kidnapped, let's just like promise now to like make fake names so that we don't. So we
Okay.
don't say our real ones.
Well, let's hope Horst isn't there.
Horst doesn't know our names.
I suppose not.
My name will be Rose, because I'm a fucking delight.
I just remembered that Antimony was in disguise when we attacked the house.
Yeah.
That's
Which
right,
means
you
could go in
were.
disguise to Blumenthal.
Yeah,
if
you guys
You
could go
were like-
together.
That's true, we could.
You should
Ooh.
go together so that I, out of character, can eat this sandwich.
What did we call your disguise? Hans Zemnian?
Oh yeah.
Like the most
Just
generic
don't be
name.
Hans Zemnian. Be any other disguise
Yeah.
person that nobody
Right.
knows.
I mean, I don't know what we would really do in town, but I'm happy to go. I was kind of looking for an excuse to take a walk so I don't have to sit here all day.
I think if the risk is minimal, it's a more valuable use of our time than
And just sitting here, yeah, I suppose.
All right, well, you two can stay here and bicker, and Timothy and I will go get a hot drink.
I'm being perfectly pleasant.
Yeah. Like affectionately. Ugh, they're so annoying.
We're going to spend the whole time arguing about what my fake name should be
Oh my god, yeah.
while Ophelia eats a sandwich.
All right, what are you gonna? Well, you should probably wait until we get into town to disguise yourself, so we have maximum time.
Yeah, true.
Because it's what, an hour?
I think so.
Okay, Ida definitely brought clothes that aren't like ultra cobalt soul. Like she just has kind of regular clothes on. So she's already disguised. She has her big cloak too, so Todd. Ida says, I'll be Gretel.
Todd Howard. Let's see. Oh man. The most boring Zemnian name I can think of. Let's see. Percival.
Is that Adacor's gonna be Adacor's fake name, Percival?
No, it could be Tim's.
Oh, okay. No, that's true. Yeah.
To be fair, I could just literally be Tim.
You could. Like I'm Tim Zemnian.
Brother of Hans Zemnian. Yeah.
Persalia. Oh my god. Tim's favorite celebrity couple, Persalia. So it's like mid-morning. You guys have just been hanging out, eating. Antimony and Ida are going to go into town.
Yes. I have to come up with a new disguise.
Oh, God. Or you could just be Ezra. Okay. Yeah, I guess, yeah, you should probably not look like the exact same Zemnian man you were before, just in case.
Yeah.
Although
Mm.
I have a feeling Horst isn't going to be here, says Ida. I feel like he probably has more important things to do than hang around Blumenthal. Like, if he's here, he's in that
Probably.
house.
Hmm.
In that house scheming. Possibly torturing the guy we're trying to rescue.
Yeah. Let's see. Who should I be today? Let's use a D&D character generator and see if who I am
Fuck yeah.
today.
God. I mean, you know that she's from Blumenthal. Like, that would be a bad idea.
True, yeah.
You just don't know that she's related to the family that you hung out with.
Hmm.
Could be one of Adakora's cousins.
True, but then they'd get involved in all this.
Yeah.
Hmm. Perhaps. I'm debating if I want to go like extremely boring or be like extremely interesting in a way that will have the
Yeah.
myriad like looking for a very specific person who is just not me. Um
Yep. I mean, are you planning to look like this when we attack the house too, or when we sneak into the house? Or just when
mm,
we're in town?
that's true. I guess just when we're in town. Although I guess if they asked around, they might hear about us. Who can say?
But then it would, I guess, yeah, but then they wouldn't, nobody would have seen you. Like, if you look like yourself in the house, even if you get spotted, they're not going to know you were in Blumenthal.
Yeah. Maybe I'll just be like another extremely generic Zemnian, but like,
Okay.
hmm, like a femme version of Hans
Okay.
Zemnian, and we'll call her Hilda Zemnian.
Hilda. Okay. Hilda. She looks a little like a cross between your mom when she was younger and Hannelore.
Yeah.
Like, not enough like either of them to be like recognized as either of them, but that's kind of the vibe.
Yeah, but just like the most sort of generic Zemnian
Hmm.
woman.
Yeah. You're like, that looks like a cross between my ex-girlfriend and my stepmom. Okay, so yeah, you guys walk into town, just two girls hanging out. Blumenthal, as you remember, does not have a lot of like places that people are hanging out. Like there's a little bit of a town square, but it's not very big. It's got the inn, which I forgot the name of. There's like one inn in Blumenthal, and Hannelor's brother works there. Conrad, I think. Let's see. The Weary Traveler is the name of the inn.
Mhm.
And yes, Conrad Meisner works there, although you remember that he usually works in the evenings. Um, and then there's a general store, which is owned by a woman whose son was friends with one of the kids who went missing, because you went and talked to her a little bit. Look back at my old and see. Okay, yeah, her name was Corinna, and her son was actually named Hans.
Haha.
Hans, yes, he was friends with Max, the boy who. So there's the
Yes.
general store, there's the inn, there's a couple of other like crafts people who live out here. Probably like a blacksmith and like a wheel maker, just like people who make things that are useful for farmers. And they kind of serve the local farming community. And then there's a temple to Pelor also, which is like a beautiful wooden building with a lot of carvings on the outside. And that's kind of all there is in central Blumenthal. Ida's like, all right, I do want to get a hot drink because we have been outdoors for a long time.
Yeah, that sounds fair enough. Anyway, I think a lot of people who would be open to gossiping would be clustered in the inn anyway.
That's probably true. All right, so you go to the inn. It's probably lunchtime ish by now, we'll say. So you guys can get like Ida's like, all right, I'm getting stew. I'm getting a hot cider. This is great. Yeah, so she orders food for you guys. You don't see Conrad here, but you recognize a couple of the other like staff from the last time you were here. The innkeeper is working. He is a halfling. And there's a lot of like halflings and some dwarves that live in Blumenthal. So the bar part of this inn is very like there's places where people of various heights can sit. But it's not super crowded in here right now, just because it's so early in the day. Most of the people in here are probably, some of them look like they're probably farmers. A couple of them are definitely off-duty Crown's Guard. A couple are probably just like travelers passing. Okay, one sec. Juliana wants Okay. It's her birthday tomorrow, and her family is going to call her at uh, Brazil midnight, which is very soon. So, but she's going to go in the other room, so we probably won't be able to hear them. Hopefully. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, Ida buys stew and hot drinks for you guys, and you can just kind of sit in place. You see, actually, I'm gonna have you and Timony make a perception
Okay.
because you're the one who knows some people.
What is it? Perception. Okay, a 16.
Okay. Yeah, you recognize the bartender, innkeeper guy. The waitress also looks familiar. You think you saw her in here last time. And you also recognize a woman, half orc woman, probably in her early 30s. She looks very familiar. You kind of stare at her for a second, and then you remember that the last time you guys were here, Ophelia hung out in like one of the watchtowers for a while. The one that was near the
yeah.
Meisner farm. Yeah, and she kind of befriended. There was like one Crownsguard who was super grumpy and one who was like a lot friendlier. And I think you guys met both of them at some point. I don't actually. I feel like you did. But yeah, she looks familiar. You think you saw her when you like went to get Ophelia from the watch. Her name is Afsoon.
Oh, yes, that sounds familiar. Hmm. I don't know.
And she's talking to somebody you don't recognize, but who is probably also a Crownsguard, who's just not at work.
Uh-huh.
So, what do you think we're looking for, says Ida? I'm guessing whatever's going on in that house, they're trying to keep it quiet.
Probably. I don't really know how many people I don't know how many of the Nereid would really be hanging out in town.
Probably not many unless they wanted to spy on someone here, but I don't know why they would. I mean, all right, I'm probably a little biased being from Rexentrum, but like, this is kind of nowhere.
Yeah.
I mean, there's nothing interesting going on in Blumenthal. But I don't know, maybe the people here know something about the house itself or the family. Wasn't
That's
there
true.
because all right, the couple that owned the house died, but their son still owns it, is that right?
Yeah, I believe that the I guess the couple who originally owned it were sort of, indicted for illegal activities and died, but their son still owns it now.
I mean, he must know what's going on. He's probably letting the Myriad use the place.
I would guess so. Do you think it'll be suspicious if we ask about the house? I guess we could just be travelers passing through and being like, hey, what's that weird old house?
That's true. It was kind of run down. Yeah, I bet if we ask the innkeeper, nobody's going to think anything of it. Or, I don't know, any of these people.
Yeah, I suppose we could always, I don't know, pretend to be interested in buying the place or something.
Yes. Or we could just be like tourists.
Yeah.
Yeah. Traveling. Well, all right. No, I probably shouldn't say I'm from the Cobalt Soul, but I could pretend I'm like doing research for a book.
True. I guess we could also be just passing through on our way to another town or something.
That's true. No, I'm just trying to think of an excuse to ask about the house.
Well, to be fair, it is kind of noticeable if you're passing by it. So I don't know if it'll be too suspicious if we.
I don't think it will. Well, do you want to ask or shall I?
Um, which of us has better charisma?
Oh, I don't know. I don't think Ida's charisma's that high. She has a +1.
Mine is a flat 10.
Okay.
Perhaps Ida is better at talking to people than I would be.
While you guys are talking, you, Antimony, you see another person that you recognize walks into the bar. It's Conrad.
Ah,
He just seems to be, and you know also that he like sleeps here because the family home is very crowded.
yeah.
So he was like, yeah, I just like crash at my job usually, because they have rooms and stuff. Yeah, but he's not at work. He just like comes in and sits at the bar and is like talking to his coworkers, hanging out. But of course, he will not recognize you in your disguise.
Yes. Nonetheless, fun to see. To see
Really
the
made up
lads.
so many NPCs for this town. Okay. Yes, Conrad is the brother who works here. Ida's like, okay, why don't actually, since you're the one who's in disguise, why don't you?
That's true. They won't recognize me, you know.
Yeah, and there is a chance that someone in the myriad who saw me might like describe me or something. Someone who saw me in Rex. I'm just trying to not have a conversation with myself.
Yeah. Let's see. I will, yes, I will go up to the bartender, I suppose, and just try to ask about, you know what, I'll say that I'm just like passing through on my way to I don't know, I imagine there's gotta be, I'm probably familiar with the geography of this
Oh,
place.
yeah.
I live here.
You are, yeah.
So yeah, I'll pretend that I am passing through to go to you know, some other town like in the Druvenlode area that is between here and Rexentrum, and I'll just
Uh-huh.
ask that well, we actually saw on the outskirts of town a really quite a big house in a bit of disrepair now, but do you know anything about that?
So you're chatting with the bartender. Conrad is sitting there also, just kind of listening. Um, uh, Wilhelm, the halfling bartender, says, right outside town by the road. Which direction was? Let's see. The road from the northwest, down from Rexentrum.
Yeah, that's the one.
Well, the rundown one is probably the old Aldersfeld place. There's a couple of big houses around here still. They belong to the old nobility that used to own this farmland before the empire, or not the empire, before the crown took ownership of it. They still own those houses, though. I think they mostly use them for vacation homes now. But the Aldersfelds, well, that was the subject of a lot of gossip. I don't know, 10 years ago? Something like that. Anyway, they got into some trouble in the capital, all wrapped up in organized crime or something. Either way, the king found out about it and they were executed. It's a big scandal.
Yeah, I can imagine.
But they. God. No. That one is like less juicy to the people who live here, I think, because it's like, yeah, we knew them, you know? Like,
I
that's
feel
like
yeah,
the fucked up one.
I think they
The
just don't
rich
talk
people,
about it.
yeah. The rich people getting like caught for treason is much more interesting.
That's like fun, but just like
Right, yeah. Exactly. Weird shit keeps happening in this town.
yeah, right?
Nobody knows why. It's just like this. Their son still owns the place. He was very young when it happened, so he was not involved in whatever they were involved in. But he doesn't really come into town. I think he's a bit of a recluse now. That's why the place is a little run down. Some people from a lot of people from the town work in those houses. It used to be the case for that place, but he doesn't hire anybody from the village now.
Hmm. Well, I suppose every town has its weird old house, doesn't it?
I suppose so. Say, Conrad, didn't one of your sisters work there for a while? Conrad has just taken a bite of soup, um, but he nods. He's like, yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she did. Not for very long, though. It's a long time ago.
Hmm.
Before, they were arrested, obviously.
Right. Did she ever have any good stories to tell you about the place?
Not really. It was. God, I'm trying to remember my fucking timeline. Um, let's see. Okay, Conrad is 5 years younger. Or see, she was 16 when she started working there. I must have been or 17 maybe. So I was what, 12? I wasn't paying a lot of attention to anything when I was 12. um but yeah, she worked at the house and then she went to Rexentrum with them. But we didn't see her for a while. But she didn't really have any stories. I
I
guess
feel
they
like
hid whatever they were
Antimony.
up to pretty well.
I guess so. I feel like Antimony is sort of like in her head trying to like flick through all of the
Yeah.
children, like, wait, which one is this?
Like, Rick Meisner sibling? Yeah. I think they probably mentioned that they had a kid who lived in Rexentrum. They definitely, yeah, because
Yeah, I think so.
they gave you guys a letter to give to their, the mom, Anya, gave you guys a letter to give to her daughter who lives in Rexentrum. To
Right.
like give her the news about, a news that Adakora, or a letter that Adakora delivered. Yes, to give to their daughter who lived in Rexentrum, to give her the news that Johanna was safe. So you're like, okay, maybe it was that girl who I didn't meet, because you met
Yeah.
like the rest of them at least in passing, I think.
Yeah, I feel like okay, yeah, I'll accept
Hmm.
that. I think because I'm vaguely aware of this person.
Yeah, you're like, okay, yeah, the one who probably the. Yeah, and Conrad's like, yeah, she still lives in Rexentrum now. She got some other job.
That tracks, yes. When we passed by, like out of character, I forget. Did it look like there were like was there visible activity around the house?
There. Well, you could see like the dudes there. Although not from, well, maybe from the road you could see the guys outside the gate. But yeah, it looked like there was like a path to the gate down from the road, and it looked like it had been used. It, looked like there were like horses and carts and stuff going down it. And when you guys were closer to the house, you could tell that like there were some horses probably in the stable. But it doesn't look like it's totally abandoned or anything, the house. It looks like people are going down there.
Mhm. Yeah, I guess I'll mention like yeah, it looks a little shabby, although it seemed like the road's still being used. So I
Hmm.
guess they must be hiring from elsewhere.
Sorry, they're bickering in the comments. Um, um, the bartender's like, well, he can't be living in that old place all by himself. It would be a lot more rundown than it is if it was just him in there. He must be hiring people from probably the city, I would guess. The big city. Maybe he doesn't want to get anyone from Blumenthal because he knows we all know the whole story.
Yeah, that certainly could be it.
But he doesn't have much to do with people in this city anymore, or in this town anymore.
Well, I think Antimony will leave that subject alone.
All right.
Uh, trying to figure out a good way to ask if they've seen any weird people coming through. I guess, you know what, I'll just phrase it like, do you guys get a lot of travelers here?
Oh, yes. Anybody coming in from the south tends to come through here. Or not the south, but because the mountains are to the. Sorry, I'm like, I don't know where anything is.
Me too.
Anybody coming in from the east usually passes through. People going between Upper Duke and Rex and Trump. Not so many this time of year, of course, but in the summer we get plenty of travelers.
Right. Merchants too, I'd imagine, right?
Oh, sure. They don't spend much time here, of course. It's a important stop on the way to the capital.
All right. So it sounds like nobody in town is really necessarily even aware that people have been gathering at the house.
Yeah, that is the impression you get.
Well, that's good to know in a way, because I generally like the people in Blumenthal and would prefer not to have to fight them.
hmm Conrad says, I don't think my sister liked working there very much. I don't suppose that wouldn't have anything to do with the current owner. He was pretty young then, only about the same age as her.
Hmm. Well, I mean, if they were involved in uh, enough organized crime to get executed by the crown, I suppose they couldn't have been very nice people.
I can't imagine they were. I think if you if you let him keep talking, Wilhelm will just kind of like talk about some of the other old houses that are around here, the ones
Yep.
that are like in a little better shape.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah, if you go down the road that one, you can see this family's old house. That one, they still live there in the summer. It's in a lot better shape, much more impressive. Blah blah blah, like that kind of thing.
Yeah.
He'll just
I'll
kind
just,
of
I guess,
ramble about
listen
it.
to
Yeah.
his tour.
He's like, if you ride past there in the summer, they have some very nice gardens, stuff like that. And yeah, Conrad just kind of goes back to eating. He's like, I've heard all this before. He knows all this stuff already.
Yeah.
But yeah, if you don't have anything else to ask them,
Yeah, I think that's probably about all that we're gonna get out of them in terms of information. So I'll just make casual small talk until we can extricate ourselves.
okay, it's not too hard. Yeah, eventually, like somebody else comes up to order something, and then
Yeah.
yeah, he goes and talks to that guy, and you can go back to Ida.
Yeah. I'll tell Ida. Well, it sounds like nobody in town really knows very much about what's going on there now. They seemed kind of surprised to hear that the place was, that the roads were being used even.
Hmm. Well, that's a good sign, I suppose, that the Myriad isn't, I don't know, trying to take over Blumenthal.
That's true. Seems like it might just be kind of localized to the old estate.
Well, that's good. And if he's bringing people in from Rexentrum, that might mean that most of the people in that house are working for the Myriad.
Also true. So we don't have to feel too bad about fighting them.
Yeah. It makes sense, I suppose, if he's, turned his old mansion into a Myriad hideout. You wouldn't want to have local servants there.
Yeah, especially because it seems like a lot of them, it was kind of the hot gossip for a while.
I bet. It was hot gossip in Rexentrum. I mean, must have been the only thing that happened here for years that was that interesting. I know, yeah, I just like big city snob girl has no idea how many people get murdered under mysterious circumstances in Blumenthal.
God, Blumenthal has really just had a horrible run.
Yep. Hmm. Well, I'd say we should bring something back for them, but it would probably get cold by the time we got there. We could get some bread or something, though.
True. I think Ophelia would at least appreciate some bread.
That's true. She does love bread. Yep. All right. Ida will buy some bread. It's got jam on it. It's like a little bread and jam sandwich that she gets. She gets one for Adacora too. Oh, I suppose we better go back. Unless you could think of anything else to do. We don't need to buy anything at the store, do we? We have
I
plenty of
don't think so.
supplies.
Yeah. I don't think there's really anything we would need to do in town.
Can't buy healing potions here, I don't suppose.
Probably not.
All right, let's go back then.
Yes, we shall
We've got to
return.
leave before your spell ends anyway. I mean, we got to get out of town
That's true too. Yeah.
before. Yeah, it's probably coming up on an hour after you like get all your food and eat and talk.
Mhm.
Okay, yeah. So you guys get out of town well away before. All right. Adacor and Ophelia, you guys just hang out, I assume.
Yeah, I'm telling her that I can't go by any of these names because they're not believable elf names.
Oh
That's kinda-
man, that's so true.
Assuming that like multicultural families don't ever happen. It's kind of weird. Multiracial, I guess. You could be adopted.
I could be adopted. That's a lot of backstory for if I'm getting tortured for information. Like you got to keep it simple so that it's easy to remember.
Fred.
My name is Red.
Fred with an F.
Fred.
Yeah.
No, that's the Frederick is the Zemni name.
Charles.
No.
Bread.
No. No. I'm Red.
Why not? It's a perfectly serviceable name.
I'm not going by Bread. You could get a pet dog or a crab or something and name it Bread, but I'm not going by Bread.
If you're like into it, you could pretend to be a pet and then be called Bread.
No.
What?
No. That's going to bring a really, really weird energy to getting tortured. That's already going to be hard enough.
You just weird them out by like like letting them indulge in your
Mm,
in the weird things, and then they'll just let you, because they'll be like, okay, you're too fucking weird. And then you'll just be murdered instead of tortured.
okay.
I don't know what the fuck elf names are anyway.
You spent a month in Besace-Teal.
And I know there's Antimony, and there's Adacora, and your mom.
Yeah, I'll tell them my name is your mom.
Yeah, you should. Yeah. And Sahar.
Sahar wouldn't work.
Sahar would work. You guys love like the names with the A's in
Sahar-
them. Sahar has an A in
Sahar's
it.
not an elf.
So, isn't that an elf name? What about?
I don't think so. Look up the etymology.
It's not.
No, I don't think so. Because the elf names in this game are all Greek.
But yeah, the elves who are like kind of living in elven culture all have Greek names. Some of the elves who live in other places have other names, but
Yeah.
the Orcish names are mostly Persian,
There you go.
which is where Sahar's name is from. but again, depends on. She's from Blade Garden, which is very like in a specific orcish culture. So like there are plenty of orcs with other types of names in other places. Ida and Antimony arrive. And they're like, Ida's like, you haven't picked a name yet?
Ophelia's really bad at this game.
All right, we have Gretel, Hilda. Why don't you pick your own name, Adakora?
Yeah, Dakora.
If I did that, then we wouldn't have had anything to talk about. And you guys have been gone for an hour now.
Yeah, fair enough.
Antimony wants to rename Felix Jr. Bread.
Yeah.
Who's Felix Jr.? Says Ida.
He's the crab.
Ah, I see. Okay. I didn't realize you had named the. Wait, who's Felix Senior?
Just a friend. He helped us do
Sort of a
stuff.
friend.
Yeah. In one of our cool missions or whatever, he knew some spells, I guess.
Wait, you told. I know this one. Felix was the crime wizard, wasn't he?
No, he was a good friend who did nothing wrong.
Who is
Isn't he in the
currently
Cerberus Assembly's custody right now? That one?
Yeah.
But his memory
All
lives
right.
on in Felix Jr.
He's not dead, though, is he?
I mean, I haven't heard from him in a couple of days.
All right.
It didn't seem like they were going to execute him,
Yet.
Well,
last we heard.
good for him. Hope he makes it okay. Yeah. Ida's like, that's right, the guy who almost killed you in the empty warehouse. I remember you telling me about him.
But then we dragged him along at our zany.
Uh-huh. Yep. Anyway, we found out a little bit. Antimony talked to the bartender.
Oh yeah. So it seems like the people in town haven't really seen much going on. It seems like God, hang on, what is his name? Alderfeld?
Aldersfeld.
Aldersfeld, yes. Seems like he kind of keeps to himself. He's probably been hiring from maybe Rexentrum, so I think we can safely say that everybody in the house is probably Myriad. And
Oh boy. Well, in a way, that's good. I guess that means hopefully, whatever happens, people in town won't get caught up in it.
that's true. I mean, honestly, they seemed kind of surprised to even hear that the roads to the place were being used.
Yeah.
Yeah, so on the one hand, probably no innocent people getting caught up in it if we get into a fight. On the other hand, everyone in that house is probably pretty dangerous.
I feel like there's little else to do but like go for it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think this changes our plans any, does it?
Yeah.
No. I don't think so.
Oh, I brought you some bread and jam.
Hell yeah.
Thank you. I don't know if there's enough for me. I'm just assuming there is.
There is. Ida will not let Ophelia
What the hell?
take all of it. She
That's
gives
rude.
some to Adakora too. I brought it for both of you.
Yeah, but he had like rations. Probably. I don't know.
So do you.
Yeah, but they don't taste good.
I suppose now all we have to do is wait till it's dark.
Mm-hmm.
You don't have to pray anymore or anything.
No.
All right. I'm gonna go do some push-ups. Kill some time.
You should have bought like a board game or something.
All right. Do you guys want to do anything before you start breaking the house?
Probably nothing in particular.
We probably like establish gestures and hand signals and stuff
Sure, yeah, that's a good
for
one.
for silence.
Yeah, you come up with a gesture for I've cast the spell.
What if I just like scream really loud and you can't hear it?
Then they won't know you're screaming.
If they look at me, they'll know.
You might just be opening your mouth.
But like there's vibrations that happen.
We're gonna get so close to your face to find out if you're opening your mouth or just you're opening your mouth or you're screaming. What if you
Ida's like,
yawn?
just do a hand
Wow.
signal.
You're awake, so you'll know when the spell goes.
I
Because
mean,
you'll be in it. Won't you, mostly?
can we feel the spell being cast?
If the enemies can feel the dang spell being cast, then...
Can the enemies feel the thing? Can people who are conscious feel it being cast, or does it just take effect?
It just takes a no. You can't feel a spell being cast. You just feel the effects of the spell. So like
Okay, well, they
everything
won't-
goes silent around you.
Right,
Like
That's
you'll
what
notice.
figured.
If you're in the radius of the spell, you'll know it's been cast. But if you're not, you won't.
What I mean is it like Zone of Truth where like you feel that a spell is being cast on you?
No, I think you just can tell that you can't hear anything all of a sudden.
Okay.
Right? Like that would be. I feel like that would be really noticeable because suddenly you can't hear yourself breathe. You can't hear anything. You know.
You think,
gotta
but
be
we're going to be trying. I have a really high spell.
very
We're going
eerie.
to be trying to be very quiet. like, also, I assume.
Oh, for sure, yeah. But like,
So
you won't be
it
able to hear
hurt,
the
especially if
wind
you're
or
going to
whatever,
drop
you
it
know.
and then cast it again. It wouldn't hurt to have a signal like, okay, this is the second one. The stairs are now silent, you know?
We spend like 7 hours squabbling over what symbols I'm going to use.
Doesn't have, it can just be a thumbs up. Keep it really simple.
I think a thumbs up is a great idea, says Ida. I mean, okay, we should go look and make sure they have like the same guard arrangement before
That's
we
true.
sneak in, right?
Probably.
Yes.
Do we like come up with a decision about whether or not I would use 5 spells or just risk the people upstairs noticing by making it big enough to climb over the wall?
You did not make a decision. The last thing I remember you saying was that it didn't really matter if you used more spells.
Okay.
And you
I
might
guess
as well
I will
do it.
use the 5 as much as I can then. Because that's safer, I think.
Yeah, it's really up to you. Or if anyone else has strong feelings about it.
I mean, you haven't used any other spells yet today.
Nope. Well, I did cast blindness on Adakora when we were gambling earlier today, so that he didn't notice me switch the cards. But I mean, other than
You know,
that,
I thought that was weird. I thought that was weird and I just didn't
Yeah.
question it.
but I mean, I'm just so beautiful that occasionally I blind people, so Adakora is like used
Right.
to it. But it was a trick, a trap.
Torgo would be ashamed of you, wasting
the
our
fuck?
spells like that.
No, he wouldn't.
Yes, he would.
I waste spells all the goddamn time trying to talk to him and get him to notice me. And he doesn't say, Ophelia, I'm disappointed in you. So,
Well, maybe he doesn't consider that a waste.
that's disgusting. I think you're just jealous because you don't have spells, and to have me use one so needlessly is an insult to your lack of ability.
Well,
Spells, I'd waste
if
them.
we
all.
get if we get killed later because you run out of spells and it's because you cast blindness on Adakora playing cards, then I don't know who to blame.
Okay, yeah. If we all die, it's my fault.
All right. Why don't we go hide out in that same bunch of trees and just take a look?
Yeah.
Sounds like a plan.
Okay, so as it's getting dark, you head down to the place you hid last night. As you approach, take a look at the house. As you get a little closer, make some perception check.
Okay.
$24.
Bad.
Ooh, Ida did badly. What did you get, Ophelia?
24.
24. Nice. Okay.
Thank
10.
God.
Wow. Everyone else is just completely off their game.
I'm like energized by bickering for so long that I'm
Oh
like
my god.
ready to be good at this game.
You ought to thank me for my service.
Hell fucking no.
Roll something. Oh no. Alright, I have something. Oh. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. Wow. So, Ophelia, with a 24. You've got your night vision goggles on. You feel so alert right now. Your vision is so clear. You notice it's kind of the same arrangement as last night. You've got the two guys on the gate. You've got the guy who's making the rounds. It's the same people as last night, but they're in sort of a different arrangement. You remember from last night they kind of switch up, taking a walk around. You see the guy at the door. Inside the wall. You see the two guys hanging around the yard. And you also notice something. You're not sure if this person wasn't there last night or if you just didn't notice them. But you see up on the roof, sort of tucked in behind like the chimney, is another figure. They are hard to make out, but there's definitely somebody up there.
That's like kind of fucked up. I will point him out to the other people.
I can't see shit.
There's a guy up there.
Yeah, you notice once Ophelia points him out. But yeah, he rolled a 23. Man.
The previous time or
rolled a 23 on his stealth check, but not Ophelia. It was too good.
Whew.
Is he like surveying stuff? I assume
Not
he can see us if we can see him.
You can't really see this person's face even. Like they're just kind of in the shadows. You could see them kind of crouching there. You can make out a bow. They're holding a bow of some kind, but they're not really moving. They're sitting very still and staying hidden. They don't like react to you as if they have seen you.
All right.
Is there any?
Do we know if they're like crouched towards us or crouched like away?
They do not. No, they are not facing you.
Are they facing the back of the house?
No, kind of out to one side.
Okay.
It looks less like they're keeping watch and more like they're waiting up here for something to happen. Like if there's a fight down below, then they might jump in and help.
Right.
More than like keeping watch.
Okay, so
Well, if we're just very
hopefully,
quiet, we will not
yeah,
alert them.
it's another person we might have to deal with if everything goes badly, which it might.
Yep.
But
Yeah,
at least we're
so-
aware of them.
You spotted my hidden sniper.
Yay.
You saw him. You missed him last night, but you saw him tonight.
And we would have missed him again if it weren't for Ophelia's crazy high perception.
Yeah.
So true. But everything else looks kind of the same.
Okay.
I feel like it's okay. I can roll some sticks if we want to see what Ayun thinks about all of this, but
I don't really feel the need to roll some sticks, but
yeah, I think we're okay. If we fail, we'll just, roll sticks every day more often.
we'll learn,
Oh, boy.
we'll learn from this lesson. Yeah.
Right.
So I guess we're just waiting for the patrol person to get away from the spot in the back where it's closer to the door.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I think once we approach the wall, maybe if Ida and Adakura can help the two of us who can't climb walls very well. If you can help us.
Right. Does Ida have a higher strength than me?
I don't know.
I don't think
You're pretty
Ida's
weak,
strength is
but you're
very
tall.
high either. Yeah, you can definitely boost people. It's probably fine.
Okay.
You are very tall. Ida has a strength of 0 plus 0, so she's a
That's
little bit
better
better than you, but not
That is
much.
better than me, yeah.
If I live to
she's
another level up, I will up my strength. I promise.
She's proficient in athletics too, so she's not bad at climbing.
Okay.
All right, so yeah, and I think the guy who's going around the walls, it's about the same. It's about a 15-minute approximately for him to make a full lap of the place. So
Yeah.
so you guys are gonna have to sneak to the wall without silence.
Yes.
So I'm
Would
gonna
it
make you-
help? Would it help them if well, this might depend on what I roll. If I kind of go first and they can maybe see how I did it?
I don't know. I think it's gonna depend on their sneaking abilities to an extent.
Okie dokie.
They're just gonna have to, like, you can find them places to kind of hide behind stuff, but they're gonna have to like not walk heavily, you know.
Right.
They're gonna have to do that part themselves.
Yep.
Okay. Are you guys gonna do any buffing of anybody for any of this?
I will probably just guide myself across
All right.
unless someone else is shittier in dexterity, but I don't.
I don't think so. I think you're the worst.
Yeah.
All right. So everybody make a stealth check.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, good. All right,
Aster
15.
Guidance is a D4.
Yep.
22.
Wow.
Hey.
All right. Good job, guys. Okay. Yeah, so you make your way to the back, the wall across from the back of the house without too much trouble. Nobody seems to notice you.
The other
All
thing
right.
Real.
is, I do have to say something to cast silence, so you guys will be able to hear that every time.
True.
I'll have to let it go for like 2 seconds,
True.
and then recast. So
Yep. Well,
I don't think anybody's gonna.
but I assume we're ready, so I will do one silence now.
before we go over the wall.
Yeah, to like
Yeah,
get
so that's
us
what we just
over
did. You're
and
going to
towards
use
the
do
door.
the 5 different.
Yeah,
Yeah. Okay.
gonna do all the things. So I have used one slot.
All right. I will start helping hoist people over the wall, I guess. Can't do that until.
All right, so it's silent. See, Ida is gonna try to climb over first. She'll like help people down.
Makes sense.
Okay, yeah, she rolled a 22 on her athletics check, so she is like over in a second. Okay, yep, and you can get Ophelia and Antimony over pretty easily. I'm not gonna make you guys roll. You're beasted.
I'm the one who needs help. Well, that's not true. You both have shitty strength. I don't need help more than you necessarily.
Yeah.
This is why you can't play D&D with parties of only gay people, because none of us are strong.
Look,
If we
some
had,
gay
like, a
people like to
bear.
play tank.
That is
Yeah.
true, yeah.
I'll think
I
eventually.
would love to play a barbarian.
Strong is fun. It's just, I just love rogue. Okay. So I have to roll at athletics? They're
Yeah,
gonna
just-
what I assume I'm not,
You're not.
right? Okay. That's cock. Okay, 16.
That's fine. I know. Last time you rolled like a 7 or something. Like it was really
real
bad.
bad. I did real
You just
bad
have to
last time.
roll above a 10 for this. It's not that high. Yeah, you're fine. You get over it. You're like, why was this so hard yesterday?
Yesterday I didn't stretch.
That's definitely what it was. Yeah. So I assume you locked the door on your way out when you left last time.
I didn't say that. I did think it later because leaving an unlocked door could be suspicious. But
It's fine if you want to have done that. That's
okay. Then yeah.
okay. All right.
So
Then yeah, you approach the door and it is locked.
okay. Then I always
gonna-
forget what my fucking thieves' tools are.
It's it's just your dex, I think. It's your dex plus your proficiency.
Okay. Then that is a 21 plus 3, 24.
Oh yeah, very easy. You remember this from yesterday. It's even easier this time.
Okay. I will let them in.
Once we're in, I think we'll just like pause for a second and maybe drop it and like listen for anything really close.
Yeah, is there anyone Is there anyone in the hallway? I'll do a
Yeah,
quick
is there
look
like any
before we
conversation
go
going on
in.
nearby or?
Okay, so you guys are like kind of standing right inside the door. Is that what you would like to be
Yeah.
doing? All right. Do you like all go in and close the door behind you? Or are you like some of you out in the yard? What's going on?
Well, what I would like to do first is look behind the door before I, hurry everybody inside.
Okay, sounds
So
good.
quick visual check that nobody's in the hallway.
Yep, make a perception check. You don't see anybody immediately in the hall, but just make it.
A dirty 20.
Okay. Yeah, it does not look like anyone is walking around that you can see from this door.
So I will let them in.
If we like
Right?
poke our heads outside of the silent circle rather than just letting it go, do we hear conversation or anything?
Make a perception check.
17.
Okay. Yeah, you hear some noises. Where do you think you're poking your head out? About
I imagine the circle would have just like overlapped the door, so like right inside-ish.
Like the second square inside the door, maybe?
Yeah.
Okay. Wait, so where did you put the circle actually? That's like a
So we started with one around the fence. And it's probably just one square into the door. And then once.
Okay, so you're not doing it like it is in this map
Not.
that you posted.
Yeah. We're going for safer.
That's right. Okay, sorry. Like for
Yeah.
That's right. Okay. So yeah, so it goes. Okay. Yep. All right. 17. Yeah, you can hear some voices. They seem kind of. They're definitely on this floor. You can't hear what they're saying. They're like in one of these rooms somewhere ahead of you.
Are they? Do we think they might be like to the left of us in like one of the? Are those bedrooms?
Those are bedrooms, yeah. No, it sounds like it's coming from ahead of you.
Okay. So we'll probably like nod or something. Then I will let the spell go and cast it again. This time in the place where the map is, the first circle, the small one.
Okay. All right.
Okay.
Again.
And then I assume we will scurry our way.
Yeah. So I guess we're lining up at the top of the stairs, and then you'll cast it going down before we start the attack.
It would be like probably just past this second bedroom. Because that's where the first circle ends, so I'll have to cast it again to get down the second half of this hallway.
Okay.
And to silence the guards. So once I cast this, we probably have to move pretty fast because he'll be alerted.
Right. All right.
And so I guess if everything goes well up to that point, the next silence will happen. And we'll time it so that we go kill a motherfucker.
Okay. Yeah, you do not notice anything in between casting. Nobody wanders into the hallway and sees you. So you are on the third one when you get to the stairs. Is that right?
Yeah, and that's when we want to like rush to
Okay.
attack. And I assume it's Ida, Adakora, Antimony, me?
That is the order we're lined up. Yes.
Okay.
All right. So where are you standing when you passed that one?
I feel like it's safest to be like like halfway, two people like in the next circle and two people out, kind of.
Okay.
So that half of us are
So
covered.
Ida and me will already be in those squares when you're out of
When you-
silence past the new
Yeah.
silence.
Yeah. So there's a
Okay.
chance they could make some noise, I think.
Yeah, for like a second, there's a chance.
Yeah, but I think we're, unless there's like a majorly creaky board.
Well, your stealth checks were pretty high.
That's
too.
true. Which means that I guess Adakora and Ida can hear if there's anything closer up once they exit
Yeah.
for like the split second.
I can do
That's
a
true.
quick perception check. Probably good at all.
Yeah. Why don't you do that? And in the like time between castings, I'm gonna have perhaps some characters in the house do some perception. They'd have to roll pretty high to notice you guys. I want there to be like a chance.
Yeah.
Well, I rolled shit again. So
Okay.
unless Ida got a good quick listen, I didn't.
You and
hear
Ida.
it. It wasn't a nat one. It was just bad.
All right. Ida got a 9.
Yeah, it's better than what I got.
All right. Okay, let me things. Okay. Do it. Oops, I am in the wrong. Okay. Okay, no. Sorry, there's a lot of dudes.
So many awake dudes. Oh no.
Huh. That did not happen. Okay, so in the like 6 seconds that it takes you, the like one action or whatever that it takes you to silence again, you Okay, so this all happens pretty fast. You don't, Adakora and Ida don't really notice anything or don't hear anything. They roll very low. Ophelia, you drop silence. You cast it again. And once you have that, the big circle again, silence is, yeah, the big circle that like encompasses the stairs that you're going to go down. As soon as that's up, the door to one of the rooms on your right, the third one down, where this last black smudge is in front of, that door opens in the silence. Somebody sticks their head out.
Okay,
Oh,
so
boy.
that's Adakora.
They're
that's
right
Ida.
by Ida, actually. Yeah. Yep, they stick their head out. They look very confused. They try to yell something. Obviously, no sound comes out. And everybody has to roll initiative.
Okay.
We gotta kill a couple people very fast.
We can hope.
So, Ophelia, you are not in the silence right now, it looks like. But everybody else is. Okay. Let.
Oh God, we all rolled shit. Apparently, because I also got a 10.
Wow, okay. Hang on. Okay,
So
10,
Adakora goes before me.
10.
I do have higher
15.
dex.
Yeah.
Let me roll for Ida.
Ida better get like a 20 or something.
Ugh. Fuck something. All right. All right. Mm, 15. Okay, I did better than the rest. She got a 17. See if
Oh.
she does better than these.
Did we wake this person up? Did they by any chance not have their weapon on them?
Hang on, just
It's here.
2.
Good luck killing him, because I'm not gonna do shit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
Ooh,
stand
wow,
there and
okay.
I'm gonna be very quiet.
Yeah.
But the whole room should be, so we can just like bust in there and like surround them and like wail.
Well,
Sorry, I'm I'm rolling initiative for every person in the, I guess, because
Just in case.
Yeah, because I put them all in this combat just in case I needed them. But like most of them are not here, obviously. So it's gonna be really annoying.
I think
Just skip them.
hmm. Well, we don't have time to discuss this, so matter. And out of character. In character, we never discussed this. So just do whatever. Make it work.
Okay, everybody has an initiative. Now we can.
Okay.
Okay, so the the person who rolled the highest initiative, no joke, is the person who just came out of this room.
Of course.
They are. Let's see. I don't think they're even wearing. They're not wearing armor, but it also this stat block just looks like they don't have armor, so that's fine. Yeah, they don't have. It's fine. They like grabbed their weapons pretty quick. They look a little frazzled, and are clearly very like rattled by the fact that there's no sound at all. But yeah, she is gonna attack Ida, who is she brandishes a short sword. This is Ida. And on the second attack, terrible roll. Yeah, so this person is she's real confused. She just fucking swings wildly at Ida, who also looks kind of surprised, but dodges out of the way very effectively. All right. None of this person's comment. Next up is Ida. To Rana.
You are cutting out a little bit, Kate.
I am? Okay, sorry. Let me shift. Okay. Ida probably just brought her fists in here. Because that's the easiest way to move around. So she is going to unarmed strike. Man, I have not played a monk in forever. Let's see, is a 16 going to hit? Yes. Ida hits 5 damage. She must get 2 attacks. Yes, okay. Okay, she hits again. 6 damage. And she is going to flurry of blows and attack 2 more times. See if she can just take this person. 10, 6. Oh, this one missed. Okay, so she punches this person 3 times in extremely quick succession. They are. The woman who came out of the bedroom looks pretty fucked up immediately, but does not go down. And Ida,
Okay.
frustrated, kind of looks at her fist, frustrated. She is going to move instead. She is just going to go down the stairs. I think she can get all the way. Yeah, Ida has 45 feet of movement. So she goes all the way down, and she disappears around the corner. You can't see her, but she is right in front of the guy standing in front of the door.
Okay.
Yeah, so Ida has disappeared. Okay, more people who aren't here. Oh, the guard's turn. None of you can see this happening. Sorry, guys. Um, but he can only see, everything is silent around him. He can only see Ida, so he is going to attack Ida. Why did this roll 2 die? He hits Ida for 4 damage. And the second attack misses Ida. Okay, so Antimony, you are up.
All right. I think I will use my action to make cannon with legs.
All right.
Let's see. And then I guess yeah, and then I can bonus action activate the cannon. So at this point I can only see the woman who came out of the room, right? So
Yes.
so I'll just shoot it at her.
Okay. She's actually still standing inside the room, And because the angle's a little awkward, I'm going to give her some cover.
Okay.
Because you're like behind Adakora, I think.
Hmm.
And she's right inside the room because Ida was standing in front of her. So she did not have a
Okay.
chance to get out. But yeah, go ahead and attack her. She does not have a high AC as it is, so.
Okay. With cover, do I have disadvantage on the attack, or is it just that
No.
she gets half damage?
No, she gets like +2 to her AC, I think.
Okay, cool.
So. But it's still not that high.
Okay. Let's see. Does hang on, what's the 17?
Yep, that's gonna hit.
All right. It's been a while. What does my cannon do?
Yep.
Oh wait. Oh, that was so good. Okay. 15 force damage.
Ooh, yeah, she is like blasted back into the wall. And
Silently.
unconscious. Yeah, it's very weird to watch this happening in complete silence. Like, this should have made a huge noise, but nope. She just slams back into the wall and slides down unconscious. All right.
And I think honestly, I'll probably kind of stay where I am because Adakora is in front of me. So I don't want to like push past him to try and chase after Ida yet.
Okay. Okay, nobody else is in play, so Adakora, you are next.
Does it
Because you have
count
a
as an
higher
action if
dex
I
than
close
Ophelia.
the door?
Hmm?
Does it count as an action if I close the door?
No.
Okay,
That's
I'll
just
close the door.
interact with an object. Okay.
Then I will go down behind Ida. I assume I can see
right.
now that she's fighting someone.
Yep, you see Ida. Looks like she has gotten a little bit smacked by this guard's sword. And the guard in turn looks very surprised, but has not
Okay.
been injured yet.
Okay. I will draw my bow and shoot him. Yeah. That wasn't super good though. 15?
That misses him. He's wearing some, I think, chainmail.
I don't think.
Lint mail is what it is. But yes, that misses.
This will mess up the order of that we said to go in line if I. Can I? Well, it probably doesn't really help me anyway. Okay, that's it. I'm done.
All right. Ophelia, you are up. You are outside of the silence right now. But all of that was silenced, so.
Yeah, I will move into the silence.
Okay.
I will probably move a few squares down into the hallway past Antimony. Just because I don't want to be on the very edge. Or maybe I will move where Ida was, because that gives a chance to like peek around the corner. Where that like 2 wide hallway is.
Oh, sure. Yeah, okay. Yeah, you can stand right there where Ida used to be.
Yeah, where the like door is. Okay.
Sounds good.
And I will just maintain concentration.
Okay. All right. Okay, the girl you woke up is down. So she doesn't get to go. That means Ida is up. Ida is going to attack who is in front of. Ooh, her first attack misses. Second hits. Man, she is rolling bad on damage. Okay, she does. I've only rolled ones and twos on my d6.
Oh no.
Okay, so she hits 6. She is going to try to stun him. That would be full if she could do that. Stunning strike. Okay. He has to con save. Which he fails. All right, he is stunned. Nice. Okay, so she makes her next attack with advantage. Again, just nope. Okay, she hits him again. For another 6. Wow, terrible damage rolls. And she is going to do flurry of blows. Try to do as much damage as she can. Oh my god. Another 6. Last one misses even. All right, she is done. The guy is stunned and cannot do anything. Nice. Antimony, you're up.
Okay, I suppose what I'll do is follow everyone else towards where the things are happening now. And I will attempt to cannon this man.
All right. You're standing basically on the stairs, peering around. So you have a clear shot at him. Go
Okay.
ahead and roll your attack. Yes, because he is stunned.
Oh. Okay. Let's see. With advantage, a 19.
All right, that hits.
Okay. Okay, one was good and one was bad. That's 8 force damage to him.
Okay, he is still up. But he is looking a little worse. This guy's pretty hardy compared to the last person. The first one that you fought.
It's completely silent.
Yep. This is really, really weird, you guys. Yeah. Very unnerving. Okay. Yes, it is your turn.
Okay. And I also get advantage on the attack, I assume.
You sure do.
Okay. Does an 18 plus 7 hit?
Yep.
Okay. So, and then I get sneak attack
You do.
as well. Okay. Not bad. Um, 24.
All right. Let's see. Ooh, he is looking really rough.
Yay.
All right. Anything else?
No. I don't think there's anything I can do with my bonus action. That would be useful.
Okay. All right, Ophelia, you're up. All right.
Nice.
Okay, make a perception check. $12. All right. Roll me a percentile die.
Oh,
Just because there's other people in this house, I don't know what they're doing. You know, they may be wandering around. Hard to say. You are kind of out in the open, even if no one can hear you. 28. Okay, you don't see anything.
cool. There's nothing you can do about it, so that's a great thing.
All
If
right.
you don't have to worry.
Yeah, you see no one in the hallway. And you cannot hear anyone either because you are in the silence cone. Even though you know there are people in the room somewhere on this floor. Hopefully none of them decides to get a drink of water.
Yeah.
Okay.
Risk we're taking.
Ida is up. See if she can take this guy out. Let's see. How long? I think stun lasts until the end of her turn, which is crazy. Okay. Yep, the end of her next turn. Yeah, she gets advantage.
I gave you food. I did. Mm-hmm.
Ooh, she rolled a natural 20.
Woo!
9 plus 3. That is 12. All right, that's going to do it. She takes this guy the fuck out.
Hey!
All right. Ida just punches this man in the jaw and he goes down.
Okay.
And you are out of combat.
Okay. Out of initiative for the moment.
Yeah.
Then I will just go to work on the door unless it just opens. But I assume that.
No, the door is locked.
Yeah, okay. So that wasn't great. 12. No, 13.
13 to unlock it.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, well, if you could also search the body for a key while I'm trying to do this.
Yeah, that is not going to do it.
Yeah.
And Atakora, you see, you don't hear anything because it's silent in here, but you feel, you see like a little sort of flash in front of you in the lock. Make a dex save.
Oh, shit. Probably should have seen if it was trapped. Okay. Not one.
Nope, that's a failure. There is a sharp pain in your hand.
Okay.
There's a needle sticking out of it. I am going to roll some
Yeah.
damage quick.
Yeah. That was stupid of me.
Forgot how to use the die. All right, you take 10 points of poison damage from
Ew.
that needle.
Okay.
You're not poisoned, but you take 10 points of poison damage. And the door is still locked.
I don't go below 0. I'm going to keep trying to unlock the door. If Ophelia is searching the body for keys at the same time, though, that'd be fine.
Yeah, Ida will search the body for keys,
Sure.
I guess, because she's there.
I get that. It's just that you're the one who brought it up, so I'm just used to you doing the things that you bring. It's fine. We'll take
Keys
out the
go below
poison
0.
needle.
Well, you truly can't say anything because it's silent. All right. Ida didn't find the key. She rolled really badly. She's still like rummaging in this guy's clothes. So make another check to unlock the door.
That one was better. That's an 18 plus stuff.
Okay. Does it bring you above a 20?
Plus 7 is above a 20, yes.
Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. I was like, it's got to be more than 2. Okay. Yeah, you unlock the door this time.
Okay.
You've already sprung the trap. There's nothing else.
Yeah, that again, stupid of me, but it's fine.
Yep. You open the door. You go inside the room, or do you look first? What do you do?
I look first.
All right. You poke your head inside, and you see a dim storeroom. There's no lights in here, but you have dark vision, so it's fine. There are. It sounds kind of like what Aurelia described. There are just boxes and things sitting around, sacks of things. It looks like the storeroom of a large house where, people keep kitchen stuff and
Nope.
extra food and random other things. And you do see against the back wall a familiar looking man chained there.
Is he by himself?
He appears to be alone, yes.
Okay.
He's maybe asleep. He's kind of slumped over. His head is like resting on a big sack full of potatoes or something. And his hands are like chained to the wall behind him.
Okay.
He does not look comfortable, but he doesn't look dead either. And he obviously didn't hear anything that just happened. So
Right. The
you
silence
haven't
doesn't
woken him up.
extend into that room very far, as far as according to the circle.
Yeah,
Or
it's not
at all,
like it
at all.
does. Nope.
Okay.
Yeah, he's pretty much across from the door, so he's not in the silence.
Okay.
But yeah, he hasn't heard you yet because you're still in the silence.
Okay. I'm going to go up to him and cover his mouth.
Okay.
And then kind of like, if he wakes up, reacts to that at all. Does he wake up, react to that at all?
You cover his mouth with your hand, and yeah, he kind of stiffens, and his eyes open. They like snap open. He looks a little bit dazed, but he's clearly alive. If he was sleeping, it was very lightly. And he struggles for a second, but then he sort of blinks at you and seems to recognize you.
You don't know us, but we're here to help. I'm gonna.
Okay.
He's not supposed to know.
He's not supposed to know. Yeah, he sort of stares at you for a second, like he's putting the pieces together, like taking in what you said. And then he kind of nods.
I'm gonna give him a healing potion and try to unlock the chains. Are those trapped?
Make an investigation check on the chains.
I will do. 22.
They do not appear to be trapped. No.
Okay, I'll try to unlock them.
All right. Roll for these tools.
Another 22 for these tools.
All right. Yeah, there you get the shackles off him. Ida comes in behind you, dragging the corpse of the guard, and just like dumps him in one corner of the room, so he's not like sitting in the hallway.
I will also give him a couple of my daggers. Just
Oh, all right.
Actually, you have all four at once. I barely use those.
Okay. What you gave him a healing potion? How much?
Yeah.
How much did it heal?
That's a great question. It's a regular healing potion, so that's I think so.
Yeah,
2d4 plus 2.
2, I think. Yeah. So
Okay, I have to find it in my inventory, because I don't know. Well, I didn't roll great, but that's 6 points of healing.
Okay. And he wasn't like, he was pretty badly beaten up, but he wasn't like on the verge of death or anything. Okay, 6 points.
I just thought he should
looks,
have one.
No, absolutely. He does look, he looks stronger. Yeah, so yeah, this is Emmerich. You have not seen him in a few years, probably. He is a half elf. I think I sent you guys a picture of my fan cast. He kind of looks like Jesse Williams, the actor Jesse Williams. With like when he has slightly longer hair, like his hair is noticeably curly, but it's very short. And yeah, he is like pretty busted up. But he is able to get to his feet and is like, you don't know. He kind of leans against you, Adakor, a little bit. He's looking around, looking at Ida. Just taking in the situation. He says, he takes the daggers.
Great.
Gratefully, just sort of like, I just hold it. He's got 2 of them, 1 in each hand. He doesn't really have anywhere to put them, so he just takes 2. Yeah, he's definitely not wearing armor or anything. I don't know what they did with my weapons. They don't look like I don't think they're in this room. They wouldn't have left them in here with me.
Well, we've got silent spells in the hallway. We're going out the back, trying to get over the wall. And then running like hell to the horses. So, unless you want...
Sounds like a plan to me. I could get new ones.
All right. Back into the hall.
All right. Did you... Oh, he looks at your hand. You set off that trap, didn't you?
We can talk about that later.
All right, just close the door behind you then, I guess. You won't be able to lock it again.
Okay, so let's do that.
Yeah, the trap going off kind of fucked the lock up a little. You can't really lock it properly.
Yeah.
But you close the door. The guard is still in the storeroom. I assume you just left him in there.
Yeah, is it Ida who dragged him in there?
Yep.
Yeah, so.
Mm-hmm. Tim, you're out in the hallway, right?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, so you just kind of hang out in silence and watch as they do this. And yeah, they come out with a tall half elf man who is kind of beaten to shit but seems to be walking okay. Okay. Make me another D100 roll. You don't know. Okay, you don't see anything.
Yeah. Um, well, when we get back to the outside door, someone, I guess you, because you're in front, should look and see if if the patrol going around the wall is back at that spot. Because,
Oh, good call.
yeah. we talked about this. I said, we don't want to check before we get out, before we leave. So
Okay, so yeah, Ida is kind of bringing up the rear, making sure that this guy is still moving okay. Okay, yeah. So who is taking a look to see if the guard is out there? Oh, sure. Okay. Yeah, you should be 30 feet from the wall. If you're like right inside the door, then yeah. Oh, yeah, for sure. Okay, so you guys are all gonna have to kind of stand in the hallway for a little bit without silence while you do detect thoughts.
yeah.
Okay. All right, so Ophelia is standing. Are you in the front, kind of right inside the doorway, and everyone else is sort of lined up behind you? All right, so yeah, you guys are waiting in the hallway, being as quiet as possible. Everybody, roll me some stealth checks. While the silence spell is down.
Also 14.
Okay. I
Which
keep
means
forgetting I
you're a
have to
lot
roll
better
for
than
my. I keep forgetting I have to roll for my character.
me.
There's so many of them now. Ooh. Emmerich. I know, yeah. Okay. Ida and Emmerich are both good at stealth. Ooh, Ida did not do well, but not that bad. So, okay, yeah, it's fine. Okay. I am going to roll just for these guys because they're in the next room. All right, so you're going to do your detect thoughts. Okay, so first you kind of direct it to see if there is anybody on the other side of that wall within 30 feet whose thoughts you can detect. You do not. Actually, yeah, I'll say you can sense just on the edge of the range there's a guy walking but he is going past you. So the 15 minutes has kind of just rolled around, and he is like going. He's passing by your spot, and you hear him for like a second before he passes out of range, but you can tell like he's going away from you guys.
Right. Which way he's gone. Okay. All right.
Okay,
So,
so outside, that's I think all you get in 30 feet. Let me check inside. There is flipping through windows. It's not helpful. Okay. Uh, okay, you're right there. Let's. Okay, you can tell that the two bedrooms nearest you are also occupied, but the people in them seem to be dreaming. Their thoughts don't really make a lot of sense. Um, it's yeah, just kind of like weird fragmented stuff. They don't seem aware of what's going on. And yeah, okay. And then a little directly behind you, farther into the house, you can sense three people. Do you want to read all of their surface thoughts? Or I think it's like one person per round, kind of, right? Or like per 6 seconds, right? Ish. Something like that. Because you have to like take an action to switch people, right? Because you have a minute and you can do up to 10 people. Is that right? Okay. So you've already done three. Or no, I guess, yeah. And then you sense the other two. I'll say you didn't like go into their minds. You just can kind of tell they're there. Okay, so you have only done one. All right, so yeah, three people in the room behind you. Whose surface thoughts are you reading? All right. Okay, you get this person is frustrated. That's the main emotion that you get: frustration. Frustration with the person they are speaking to. Both of the people they're speaking to, actually. One of them is sort of a professional rival who they have a degree of respect for, but also find just like personally annoying a little bit. They're like, yeah, he's competent, but like kind of an asshole. He's just not great to work with. The other person, they're like a little more scornful of, in a sort of like, okay, I know we need them, but man, are they a little bit of a liability and also annoying. Um, so yeah, this person seems to just be kind of is not talking right now. They're just sort of listening to these other two people like bicker a little bit about something. You get probably an image of Emmerich. Maybe they're talking about Emmerich. That's like kind of the third person on this individual's mind. But yeah, they're sitting there being annoyed as these other two people argue possibly about him. Is what you get. Yeah, you don't. Yep. Okay. All right.
hi.
Okay.
All right. I assume Emmerich will need a hand over, but everyone does, so
Oh yeah, for sure.
I'll put everybody back.
Yeah, you guys all get over fine. I'm gonna roll one real quick. I'm rolling perception checks for these guys, but they would have to roll really high. And they did not. Okay. Okay, yeah, you all get over. Um, you put like a box here too on the other side of the wall to kind of help you climb
Yeah.
over.
Yes.
Are you gonna lock the door behind you?
I guess I will. It'll take a minute to do that.
All right.
Yeah. Well, they're gonna know something happened, but the less they know, the better. So.
Right. All right. Yeah, you lock the door. Everyone else is back over the wall. You get over, and you are all out.
Okay.
You are on the other side of the wall.
So we're stealthing now back to the trees and then out of sight back to the
Yep.
camp to the horses.
You
Unless we
sure
brought the
are.
horses to the trees, but I don't think we did.
I don't think you said you did.
We did the first night because we
Yeah.
were gonna make camp, but I don't know if we did today.
I don't know. What do you guys think you did or not? Up to you.
Hmm.
Well, we would have wanted a quick getaway. And I guess the idea is that, like, by the trees, we're not noticeable to the gate, so it's not going to be noticeable if we ride there. Right?
I mean, yeah, you rode there last night without being noticed, so you could probably do it again.
Yeah. So let's assume we did bring the horses because that's
All
the
right.
quick getaway that we would have planned.
Okay,
Is
so
that all?
make your stealth checks to get back to the trees.
Okay.
Do you want to stop and take a look at them? I guess make another perception check to see if you can find them up there again.
No, no. Okay. Uh-oh.
Okay. Wow. You rolled a 5 on stealth? Okay. Cool. Okay. I mean, it is a group check. Let's see what everybody else gets. The data. Emmerich did bad for Emmerich, which is still fine because he's a high level rogue. Okay, we got an 18 for Emmerich and a 15 for Ida. Okay, so those are all pretty good.
Yeah. I did a bad for me, which is also still,
Right. Also still fine. Okay. I am gonna roll perception just in case. No. Sorry. Thought I could. All right. Okay, so as you reach the trees, you are getting onto your horses, and you hear a shout in the distance,
Oh boy.
and there's a little bit of a commotion. Are you going to look back?
I'm not.
Okay.
Yeah, Emma can ride with me, I guess, or whoever. Doesn't really matter. Gotta share
okay.
words. Let's just
Yeah,
go. Let's
yeah.
not stop to look.
All right. You get on your horses and you ride away. Did you pack up all your shit and bring it with you?
We had plenty of time, so
You definitely did. Yeah. It's totally fine if you wanted to have done that. Yeah. All right. It is dark, but luckily you can see. The horses can't see, so you have to be kind of careful. But
yeah.
I mean, they can't see well, so you can't go too fast. But yeah, you start to get out of there. Wow, you guys, that was
Else.
silence was fucking incredible. That was crazy. I'm gonna
Yeah,
have to
well,
try a lot harder to get you guys captured.
I did not expect it to go that well.
There were a lot of dudes in that house.
Um, as we are riding away, I'll give Everett my other health potion because why not?
Okay.
So that's another. Well, then do that. Fine. I'll keep my health potion.
You are you gonna slow down enough to do that? Oh, that's healing word, yeah, I suppose. Oh, I see. Fuck yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Oh,
All right. Well, Ida's a little bit injured. Atacor's a little bit injured. Emmerich is pretty injured.
two d6. You said.
Do you want me to roll them for? Oh. Okay.
Oh, yeah. I just
All right.
assumed. Which
Ida is back to full.
I'm at 35 out of 39, so it's probably fine.
Let's see. Yep. Ooh, Emmerich's rolling good. Hang on. I've still got a couple left to go. Boy, it is.
I expected that to go much worse.
Okay. Emmerich is at 50 out of 57, so he's fine.
I mean, if we've got more, we might
Okay,
as well
yeah,
do
just
another, and I'll do
give him
another.
another one.
Yeah, that brings me
Alright.
up to full.
Okay, yep, Emmerich is also at full. All right. Okay, yeah, you
Will
guys.
you ask Everett if he's on steroids? Did I hear that correctly?
What are steroids? He was really injured. Yeah, Adakor, you can kind of feel Emmerich behind you, like getting reviving. Yeah, he like is sitting up a little straighter. He's like breathing easier. And he sort of bends down and whispers in your ear so that only you can hear him. All right, you've got some explaining to do. Thank you, but we have to talk.
I'm not going to respond.
Yeah, that's fine.
Oh, I know.
All right, and you just head right back to Rexentrum. It's the middle of the night. So you'll get back
are there
sometime.
sounds of pursuit, or are we making enough speed that we don't making enough headway that we?
So
don't hear that?
far, you do not hear anything.
Okay.
But we're not gonna do any more. Just gonna stop as you guys are heading. So who knows? There maybe more things will happen on the journey back.
Yeah.
I'm tired.
Yeah. Somewhere around there, my recordings got desynced, so I might have been muted for a bit, but I don't know. We'll see.
No. Okay.
All I did was cast silence anyway.
All right.
Nothing
Yeah,
of
this
value
wasn't
was
like in
lost.
heavy Ophelia lore episode or anything.
Yeah. Okay.
Might have been if you had gotten captured. We'll see. But
No, that's not. That wouldn't have happened. No.
I'll get you one of these days.
No.
All right.
Okay.
Thanks for playing.